All right. Good morning. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we're in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Innu, Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Neil Harden. I'm chairing today's panel. With me via Zoom are Diane Knight and Lynn Nisbet. The assessor today is Matthew Shields, and the recording secretary is Belhin Rojo. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matter for which revisions is requested have been described in each application and will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the board. The board is appointed annually by council and is independent of it and the city administration. It makes its rulings on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decision with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value reclassification, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We'll then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application be brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You'll receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live stream recorded and will be part of the public record. We'll be hearing items 1 through 9 on their docket today. Ms. Rojo, please affirm the applicant's and assessor's testimony.
Please state your full name.
Matthew Shields.
And you affirm the evidence about to present at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Applicant, please state your full name.
Terry Ralph Reimer.
And you affirm the evidence about to present at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
All right. So the first property on today's agenda is 144 St. Anne's Road. So, Mr. Shields, you can begin on this property.
Thank you. So file number 22-1155, roll number 08000947000, address 144 St. Anne's Road, for the year 2023, reference date April 1st, 2021, with an assessed value of $1,233,000. Parcel use is a restaurant with a leasable area of 2,189. We have a recommendation to reduce the assessment to $990,000. This is due to a change in the rental rate on the property from $34.82 a square foot down to $34, and a cap change from 5.55 to 6.75.
Okay, let me just note that. All right, those numbers work out. So, Mr. Reimer, how do you feel about this recommendation?
We are in agreement.
All right, short and sweet. Any questions from the panel on this property?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
No questions, thank you.
Okay, we'll move just down the street to 152 St. Anne's Road. Let me just open the files on this one. All right, on 152 St. Anne's Road, Mr. Shields.
Okay, so this is file number 22-2418, roll number 0800948500, 152 St. Anne's Road, for the year 2023, with a reference date of April 1st, 2021, with an assessed value of $324,000. Parcel use is restaurant with a leasable area of 1,082 square feet. We have a recommendation to reduce the assessment to $270,000. This is with changing the rents to $20 a square foot and $14 a square foot, and a cap rate change from 5.6 to 6.6.
Okay, and how do you feel about this number, Mr. Rimmer?
We're in agreement.
Okay, let me just enter these numbers in. So you said $20 and $14?
Yes. Yeah, $20 on the premise 7717, and then 14 on the premise number 34240.
Okay, and that's $270,000. All right. Any questions from the panel?
No, sir.
No questions, Mr. Chair.
No questions. Thank you.
All right. Going faster than I can open files. All right, we'll go to item 3-1100 St. Mary's Road. So again, Mr. Shields, you can proceed.
Okay, so the file number is 22-3252 with a roll number of 0800401100. Address is 1100 St. Mary's Road for the year 2023, with a reference date of April 1st, 2021, with an assessed value of $1,313,000, with a parcel use of restaurant and a leasable area of 2,724 square feet. We have a recommendation to reduce the assessment to $1,157,000. And this is based on a cap rate adjustment from 5.95 to 6.75.
Okay. And how do you feel about that number, Mr. Rimmer?
We're in agreement.
Okay. I'm just noting things down in my spreadsheet as we go along. Okay. Then we will move to 1131 St. Mary's Road. Again, Mr. Shield, you can begin.
Okay, thank you. So it is file number 22-1365, with a roll number of 0801222145, address 1131 St. Mary's Road for the year 2023, reference date of April 1st, 2021, an assessed value of $1,406,000. Parcel use is restaurant, and it has a leasable area of 5,535 square feet. We have a recommendation to reduce the assessment to $1,188,000. This is based on changing the rental rate on both premises to $17 a square foot, and the cap rate change from 6.25 to 7.
Okay, let me note that down then. So 17 for both premises then?
That's correct.
And the cap rate of 7%. Okay, Mr. Reimer, how do you feel about that number?
We're in agreement.
Okay, any questions from the panel?
No, sir.
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Okay, well, let's then go to 1496 St. Mary's, which I understand has a request for non-cooperation on this.
That's
So, Mr. Shield, you can read in the information and then proceed on the non-co-op.
So it is file number 22977, roll number 0800482610 with an address of 1496 St. Mary's Road for the year 2023 with a reference date of April 1st, 2021, then assessed value of $2,452,000. Parcel use is restaurant with a leasable area of 3,823 square feet. We would request non-compliance on this property, and as you can see in pages starting with page 10 of my brief, there is the Canada Post tracking information. And then followed that is the mailer that we had sent to them.
Okay, and I take it no reply was received to these?
No reply was received.
All right, Mr. Reimer, questions on the non-co-op?
You know, I had a quick question, Mr. Shields. Could we turn to your page 11?
Yep.
This is, and I'm familiar with this data. I've seen this in previous hearings. I take it when I'm looking at that chart, there was a redirection through, I'm guessing, Canada Post to a new address, and then roughly in the middle of it, it says rerouted due to processing error. But then, of course, it says, subsequent to that, it says delivered on June 14th. And if you don't know, I mean, that's fine. But I'm wondering if, so the address that was shown on page 12, that would have been the original address that you had, but then through the Canada Post mechanisms, it was rerouted to the new owner's address. I guess my question is, are you aware of the circumstances involved with that rerouting and the delivery and such, or no?
I'm not aware of why it was rerouted. I don't know if that was where it was being delivered. Whoever was there may have chose to say send it somewhere else. I don't know why it was rerouted.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Chair, those are my only questions.
Okay, Lynn, any questions on the non-co-op?
So, Mr. Shields, can you confirm that the address on page 12 is the service delivery address?
I can't, it does not say that on any of these sheets, no.
Okay, but there was
where it was delivered.
So, but there was no change in your system that would have, or was there a change in your system that would have triggered a?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so it's the same. Have the taxes been paid, or were the taxes paid?
I do not have that information. If they actually.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. No more questions.
Okay, Diane, any questions on
My questions were asked and answered. Thanks.
All right. I have no questions. So on a non-co-op, Mr. Reimer?
So, Mr. Chair, if you recall, the application that we've got before the board this morning relates to our representation of the tenant and not the owner landlord. I have no reply because I've made inquiries through the tenant, but we don't yet have any information to concerning the issue. So to that extent, I certainly have no reply. I will leave it in the board's hands. Should the board grant the penalties, then I'll simply be seeking confirmation of the assessment. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, questions, Mr. Shields?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, Diane, any questions?
No, sir.
Lynn?
No questions, thanks.
Okay, so I take it then this property is owned by the corporate and then leased to the franchise owner?
To our client, exactly right. Exactly right. And we represent the franchisee in that at that location.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. I guess we'll have to deliberate on the non-co-op. So if you give us a minute, we'll take a recess and do our deliberations. All right. Welcome back. We'll now resume our session. The board has deliberated, and in this instance, we're going to grant the non-co-op. We believe that the evidence shows that it was delivered and not responded to. So in that case, we will grant the non-co-op. So Mr. Reimer, you can proceed then.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I'll read the roll number and the address for the record. I am, in this context, simply seeking confirmation of the assessment at this time.
Okay.
So the assessed address is 1496 St. Mary's Road. Roll number is 08004826 100. And the present assessment is $2,452,000 on the 2023 assessment roll, and we're asking for that assessed value to be confirmed at this time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Shields, any questions?
Not at this time, no.
Okay, Diane, any questions?
No, thank you.
Lynn?
No questions, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for that then. I guess, Mr. Shields, then if you just briefly lead us through your information on the valuation, then so we will have the evidence on the record.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want me to read the first property description and stuff again, or just go right into the value?
Just go into the your valuation.
Okay. So on this property, as I stated before, the leasable area is 3,823 with a model rent of $41.33 for a potential rent of $158,005. We use 6% vacancy, 3% expenses, and a capitalization rate of 5.8. For a final value of $2,452,000. And that's it.
All right. Thank you for that. Then let's move on to 71 Vermilion Road. Okay, on 71 Vermilion Road, Mr. Shields.
Okay, so the file number is 22-2611, a roll number of 0600766430, property address of 71 Vermilion Road for the year 2023 with a reference date of April 1st, 2021 with an assessed value of $2,420,000. The parcel use is restaurant with a leasable area of 4,365 we have a recommendation to reduce the assessment to $1,974,000. And this is based on changing the rental rate to $34 a square foot and the cap rate from 6.2 to 6.75.
Okay. They said $34 and 6.75.
Correct.
Okay, and Mr. Reimer, how do you feel about that value?
We're in agreement.
All right. Any questions from the panel on that?
Can you just repeat the value for me? My thing flipped out for a minute.
Sure, yeah. The recommended value is $1,974,000.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to, well, it's file number 222002. The address, at least in the applicant's evidence, is 469 St. Anne's Road. So, Mr. Shields, you can begin.
So the file number is 22-2002, roll number 08081225510, address 469 St. Anne's Road. So this parcel use we have as a restaurant, but as you can see on some of the photos, is 2 to 5. The property has actually been demolished. So we have the assessed value currently at $1,266,000. And then, yeah, as I said, so going forward onto the photos there, you can see that there is essentially a redevelopment. I believe they're putting some sort of apartment or condo building on this.
Exactly right, Mr. Chairman. I'll just jump in briefly. This is a redevelopment site, and what's on the roll presently is going to be superseded by that. So I don't mean to shortcut the situation, but we are just requesting the 54-1 in the context of the redevelopment, with the expectation that the supplementary will issue for the current asset, which is just land in due course.
Okay, so that's confirmation of the $1,266,000.
Exactly. What's on confirmation of what's on the roll at the present time.
Okay. All right. Mr. Shield, anything more to add?
No, that was it. I just didn't know how far you wanted me to go into it. I knew he had said that he was going to confirm it. So I just wanted to point out the pictures that you can see. It's clearly already demolished from the photos and the dates there. So that's everything.
Yeah. Okay, good. Any questions from the panel, Lynn, on this?
No questions. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
No questions. Thank you.
Okay, so we're flying right along. We come to our last property is 157 Provenche, and again, I believe there is a non-compliance on this one. So, Mr. Shields, can you read in the information and then on the non-compliance?
So it is file number 22-1433 with a roll number of 06060338000, property address of 157 Provenche Boulevard for the year 2023 with a reference date of April 1st, 2021 with an assessed value of $499,000. The parcel use is restaurant with a leasable area of 2,281 square feet, and we are seeking non-compliance. And as you can see on starting on page 10 of my brief, there is the Canada Post tracking there with the signature followed by the mailer that was sent.
Okay. Any questions on the non-compliance there, Mr. Reimer?
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Diane, any questions?
So the address of the building that we're looking at is 157, but this was mailed to 209 Blue Sun. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. The signatures there. Okay.
Yep. Lynn, any questions?
No, Mr. Chair, no questions. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Reimer on the non-co-op?
I have no reply.
Okay. Any questions from the panel on that?
No, sir.
Okay. Again, I guess we'll have to go in camera to consider the non-co-op and be back shortly, I would believe.
You.
All right. Welcome back. We have considered the request for non-cooperation, and we are going to grant it. So, Mr. Reimer, on valuation then.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. So the property that is under examination right now is assessed at 157 Provencher Boulevard. It's roll number 06-060-338-000. And we would simply seek confirmation of the present assessment of $499,000 at this time. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Shields, any questions?
No.
Okay. Diane, any questions?
No, thanks.
Lynn?
I have no questions on the confirmation, but Mr. Reimer, this is somewhat of a different kind of brief. And,
it is.
and one of the things you said in your brief is we will complete a further review prior to the Board of Revision hearing. So I don't want to belabor it, but can you just explain a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the property, if we turn to our submission on page 3, there was a transaction involving two properties, one assessed at 155 and one assessed at 157, purchased together for a total purchase price of the 647 in September of 18. And so the direction I was going with it was to determine, make sure that the sale was arm's length open market and do those all of those investigations. Unfortunately, I haven't now with the non-compliance issue being raised, I didn't have an opportunity to canvass that issue along with these confirming the circumstances of the sale. So I have, unfortunately, Ms. Nesbitt, I have nothing further to suggest on it, and therefore requesting a confirmation at this time, subject to finding out on both issues, circumstances regarding the sale, but also the owner's perspective on the submission or lack of submission concerning the assessor's request for information.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I just sort of, given sort of the lack of a fulsome brief, not sort of typical of a brief that you or Altus would submit. So I was just wondering if you had any more information. So that's fine. Thank you very much.
I do not have further information at this time. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
All right, and that took a question away from me, Lynn. So, all right, Mr. Shields, then can you just very briefly lead us through your valuation, just so we have it on record?
Yes. So, as you can see on page 6 for the subject property, there's 3 premises there that total potential rent of $34,574. The leasable area of 2,281, using vacancy of 6%, expenses of 6.3% and a overall capitalization rate of 6.1% comes up with the assessed value of $499,000.
Okay, thank you for that. Mr. Reimer, any questions on that?
No questions.
Okay, any questions from the panel on that?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, thanks, Mr. Chair.
All right. We have heard all the items scheduled, and this hearing is now adjourned. So thank you very much, gentlemen, again.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, all.
Thanks.
Thank you.